Okay, Ibrahim, here we have the Irish Independent. She's a great photo on the front page, actually, of Westport Rugby Football Club. They won the Connacht Rugby Women's Cup yesterday, and here they are after they accidentally broke it. It's a great photo, actually, by Oisin Canary there. The back page, though, obviously a springboard for more, and you, obviously, if you're from County Mayo, that's exactly what we're going to be thinking. This is just the launch pad. It's just step one of Plan All Ireland, which is what they're going to be thinking. Now, what have you got there?
Yeah, I just got Mirror Sport, and we've got just more talk about Liverpool, obviously, you know, moving up yesterday. It's meant Toby Alderweireld goal keeps Klopp's men in the hunt for title. Lloris, I see, has kind of put his hands up, said it was my fault, but yeah, anyway, as we said, just another slip up by Spurs, but gets Liverpool and City ever closer. So we have another one there, may force be with us. So again, Mayo, as we said, looking forward to the championship.
Here's the Irish Examiner. They actually had a very good pull out today, and here's a great photo up for the cup, and they're saying define Mayo savour silverware after 18 years of frustration. There's plenty of write-up. There's a lot of write-up as well about the rugby inside there as well today, which Alan Quinlan will be able to go through with us later. Yeah, a bit of
more Liverpool stuff in the Herald Sport, and we also have some stuff on the old firm clash, which I didn't actually see the game, but I believe it was fiery,
so
to say the least.
Yeah, so I hear. I was getting the updates in Croke Park. And here we have The Guardian, and obviously they're going to go at Liverpool as well, and they have a great photo there of just that goal going in. Liverpool lifeline, we deserved luck, says Klopp, as Howler keeps Reds in title hunt. Now, I have to say, I don't believe in luck. I think you make your own luck.
They got lucky yesterday.
They did, but they were only lucky because they were in the position to be lucky.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They were lucky. I think they were very lucky. We've got the Racing Post here, and just a bit about Arsenal. Arsenal obviously playing versus Newcastle. They keep firing in the wins at home. Arsenal are doing okay, and then we obviously had just a bit more about Liverpool again. Interestingly enough, I think, you know, you've got a situation with Liverpool where they kind of went through that wobbly period there about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but they seem to be back on track now. You know, I think the tension got to them a bit. They all seem to be kind of playing within themselves. And as you say, they're a club that needs to kind of play with a smile on their face, and they seem to have that back yesterday. I
think as well, though, like that kind of, people say the pressure and stuff, like it's a long season. It's hard to be top of your game all the time, even the best, because City had their own kind of slump there just around Christmas time.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. The Daily Telegraph here, obviously again it's more Liverpool celebrating Mo Salah there. Howler by goalkeeper hands Klopp's men advantage in one of the greatest title races ever. And isn't that the best thing about it at all?
It is, yeah. No, it is fantastic. Yeah, it's a great title race, and it is, as you say, it's you know, it's something that I even actually noticed watching the GAA over the weekend. There's so much analysis going into games now, and there's so much kind of work being done on the sideline that games can change so long. Like, I mean, a GAA match now seems like a very long game, you know, 70, nearly 80 minutes.
It must be earning.
So if you're ahead after even 25 and you're doing really well, the game can turn by the 50 minutes so easily. You know, like, I mean, you look at some of the games where teams are well out ahead, the management have a look, they changed some tactics, they alter some stuff, and then it switches. And obviously fitness and conditioning and all that stuff, because it is a long game now. And it's like, it's you know, it's getting closer to that soccer kind of idea that you're playing for, you know, an hour and 40 maybe, which is a hell of a long period when you think of it. Like, anything can happen in that. And to keep that focus going through for all the amount of games, and for obviously the teams to be so close at the top, it's been a fantastic league this year.
Yeah, it really has, and we're still not even there at the end yet. And this is actually a great headline here in the Star. April Fool's Day. Obviously somebody was going to go with it. I'm glad the Star went with it.
Yeah, great one. Absolutely.
Now, what else you got?
Last one for me, I just have again, good old Lloris. he's getting fairly nailed this morning. Lloris, Laura gift to Liverpool, and we have a little bit on the old FAI review into the controversy with Mr. Delaney, and we've got a little bit on Eddie O'Sullivan. Obviously, we have Anna Lynn later on the rugby, but a big weekend for the Irish provinces again.
And
rugby.
We have the Irish news there on screen. I don't have it here, but you can see it there. Geez, my eyesight is totally failing me. I can barely make that out.
He's very influential in a lot of areas. Murphy.
Oh, the talk about Michael Murphy. Oh, yes.
Michael Murphy. You know, we had a conversation here a couple of weeks ago about the top 15 players, and we were actually just talking about the top 10 players, should I say, and I had Murphy last year, and you know, because he hasn't played and stuff like that, and the guys were arguing, well, should he be in, should he not be in? But he was absolutely.
Oh, well, he made all the difference. I suffered up, and always comes back to me and my suffering, doesn't it? But I was up in Ballybuffet a few weeks ago, and they were playing Armagh, and he made all the difference. That was the worst night ever weather-wise. It was horrific. Like, it was, I don't know what, this cloud just followed me all throughout the league. Everywhere I went, there was just wind, rain, howling. But Michael Murphy came on, and once he came on, Donegal got that goal. That was the difference.
He retired me, actually. I mean, I don't mind saying it. If we're going to let all our tale of woes out, we played.
I'm back on my couch here now. Tell me.
We played them in Navan, I think, in it was one of Banty's years. I can't remember. My memory is gone. And I was full back. He was full forward, and he basically retired me.
When you say he retired you,
well, I got the hook with about 15 minutes ago. I was on a yellow and a tick, and I was purely just trying to slow him down. He's actually, like, he's obviously he's a monster of a man, but he is quick. You know, he has everything. I remember he kicked a point out against me that day where I had him. I knew he was going to kick it on his right foot, but he threw the ball so far away from himself and hooked his body around it that, like, I literally got the top of my finger to it, and he hit it from about way outside the 50 and sailed it over. I remember just, as I was getting up off the ground, I just went, yeah.
And when you say when you were hooked and you were taken off and you were walking away, what was your thought process? Do you remember?
I probably, because I was kind of in and out of the team. It was one of my last years, and there was a new management team involved. And
who was managing then again?
Banty.
Easier. Okay.
Yeah, McEnany was involved, and I was dropped for the next game, which was against Kildare. And I remember having a conversation with Liam Harnan about it, and I was like, you know, what? And he was like, well, you did this and this, and I was like, he's pretty good, this fella. You know, like, man, give me a break. I was like, I think he could be a star in the making, because all I could see was this young lad just cleaning me out. You know.
What age would he have been then?
He was probably 12, on the go.
13.
Yeah, about 16, I think. About 16. No, he was on. He was probably on the scene just a couple of years, and everyone knew he was good, but he still hadn't really made. I think what year? I think it was maybe 2012. Yeah, but he's a bit special.
He is. No, he's brilliant. Actually, speaking of special players, I have your top 10 footballers, your power rankings here up in front of me here. Anyone you'd change now on a moment of reflection after the weekend?
Absolutely. Well, you have to have him in. Absolutely, you have to have him in. Yeah, he definitely comes in.
So who do you take out?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Well, O'Connor, I'm delighted I had Dermot O'Connor in, because I just think after the weekend he has absolutely you know, rubbers or stamped that one. Does Kyogan come out? I can't do it.
But you have, if you're going to put Michael Murphy in, you have to take somebody out. Would you take Conor McManus out?
But again, you know, we could see him in a couple of weeks and everyone's like, you can't take him out.
But if you're to go on form, and Monaghan's form hasn't been great.
On form, you probably would take McManus out and slip Murphy in.
I've just forced you to push Conor McManus out of the thing now. You're going to blame me if that wasn't you. You wanted, if you wanted to keep Conor McManus in.
I'm surprised you didn't push for O'Connor there, considering your Mayo ire this morning.
My God. My God. Hang me out to dry. Continue with your papers there.
No, that's it for me.
Have you finished your papers? Okay, so back to this. Okay, fine. Okay, so you've decided you're dumping Conor McManus, despite the fact that he's one of the best forwards we've ever seen in our lives. You're dumping him out of your list.
It's him or Morgan.
Wow. But not Morgan.
But I love having a keeper in there. You have to have a keeper.
Keepers are so important now.
I wasn't that overly impressed, and people are going to go, but like, I mean, O'Shea and Clifford. Clifford was excellent at the weekend, and both of them were good from a forward perspective of, you know, going forward. But it's something that I kind of watched Clifford over the last number of weeks. His work rate, you know, I know it was flagged a little bit about his work rate going back, but there was a couple of times where he just didn't chase Harrison yesterday.
Yeah.
He kind of had him. There was a ball in the second half. It was kind of at his feet, and he went to get it and he stumbled over it, and he kind of just stood up and just let it happen. And Mayo got a very good score from it. And I remember, it's something he'll learn, and he'll have to learn. But at the same time, do you want a guy like that chasing up and down the pitch? No, you don't. But even for those 5 or 10 yards, he needs to put a little bit more of an effort in, and at vital times. Now, still, you know, his ability, like his the solo for the goal where he knew he was going to double bounce it, and his presence of mind there just to actually get his flick on it, and like that was absolutely brilliant. Like that's happening in a split second with a man right on his shoulder, lots of bodies going on. Like to slow it down and just watch it is absolute perfection. You know, it's brilliant from such a young guy.
Of course, though, Mayo say perfection or not, they're the big story. They're celebrating. They're probably still celebrating this morning. And we did actually manage to get some audio. I think we've got who have we got? I think, is it Andy Moran or James Horan? James Horan, yes. And then we've Lee Keegan as well.